Good afternoon, everybody. It's just now uh, almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I have done a lot of chores. I've been working with the babies. I'm really, really tired. The past 2 days, I've had that super, super headache, and my neck has been hurting some. So the past 2 days have been really a fight. Um, Anything can spark it. But I've found two more mushrooms out there. I think we need some rain right now. Um, I looked out there this morning. So the mushrooms are up here yet. They are up here, but the yellows are not up yet because the ground temperature is not warm enough yet for them to be a yellow morel. So we have darker morels coming up right now, and as the temperature in the ground starts to rise, so will the color of the mushroom. Just saying. Okay. Where am I at with my chickens? Well, number 8 is in the drying incubator. Number 9 is almost out of the shell. So we have 7. I did change out their brooder. They're in a bigger brooder box now. It just isn't necessary until it's time. And 7 required more room. So I put 6 and 7 in a little earlier than I normally do because I knew that number 9 was coming out and number 8 wasn't ready. And I don't like to have more than 3 in there at a time. And I like to put them in 2 at a time so that way they can cuddle together and kind of protect each other as the other ones are running on them and so on and so forth. I do want to say that I am trying to get a specific looking chicken, a specific egg color. So that's why it's so important for me to know which hen is laying which eggs and whatnot. So if I have my purebreds and my crossed hens and I know which eggs they are, I know who my rooster is. I know the bloodline that I've built him with. And so then I'm using those eggs to develop another chicken. So that's what I'm doing. And it's just fun. I love hatching chickens and I love hatching them in the bathroom in a clear tote. A lot of people will get the dark totes, this and that. But with me, I don't want my chickens to be scared of movement or, they can identify a movement with a sound. When I'm sitting on the commode, they can see me, I can see them, I can talk to them, they can talk back to me, and that's what we do. If you look back right around mid-October, you'll see that I have cider bug in the bathroom. That was when that hen decided she was going to go broody, and guess who's broody again? She's broody and she's sitting on a clutch of eggs, and the eggs they're building and building and building because the girls are going up there and laying next to her, and then she's scooting them up underneath them. She's causing a big ruckus. So I don't know how I'm going to get those girls to lay somewhere else. Um, I have another place where they like to congregate and lay. I have not found. I have to go out to the barn. There's a bunch back there I need to gather, but I'm just going to scramble all those up and feed them to the dogs and the other chickens. So I'm getting ready to do a clear out. I'm going to pop her if I can. I'm going to try to move her with the clutch of eggs she has right now. I'm going to try to move her to a stall in the barn. Um, and it's going to cause a little bit of disruption because I'm going to put her where the other chickens have been laying eggs, if that makes sense. So I've got that going on. I am considering bringing a 6-month-old Great Pyrenees here. I talked to the groomer who comes here and does Solomon, who is going to work on the girls. We're going to try to get them in there as well so that we can do a little more management on them. They have such great skin issues sometimes that are just unbelievable. And so I'm thinking we're going to go ahead and do him. I might even grab up Thor and see if maybe she can do Thor a really good bath. I think he could really use it, be really good for him, and just do the whole damn family. except for the goats. I mean, you know, it's going to be a big event here that day. I will be filming some of that because I want to film my different animals going into the grooming process. Solomon should be very easy. He knows what it is. He loves her. He thinks that's the greatest thing ever. I will have to make sure that he runs for quite a while before she gets here that day because he will be very hard to handle. He did get me backed up against the kennel the other day, and he was just so powerful, and I had to make him move because he had me in a position where I was a little off balance, and the kennel that I have him in right now is kind of on a slope, so I was kind of in a pickle without getting down. He got me down one time. I mean, he wasn't trying to hurt me, but it did hurt me. But it was my fault, and so I have to be really careful with him. But anyway, grooming's coming up, and I talked to her, and she told me about someone who has a 6-month-old male Great Pyrenees. Said he's just very lazy, and I said that might be a great characteristic for a chicken guard dog. And she just looked at me and she went, "Are you interested?" I was like, "Well, maybe." I was supposed to get a pup this spring. The breeder of Solomon has never contacted me back. Has not left an email, hasn't left a message on my phone, has left nothing. So I am not certain where she's at in contacting me about the pup for this year, but we'll hold it off. We'll hold it off. I mean, a deal is a deal, right? Okay. So anyway, if this male dog is more laid back, chances are he's going to be better with the chickens than Solomon. Solomon loves his chickens, but he wants to play with his chickens. Um, you see a lot of people with these Great Pyrenees, and they're just so perfect. Well, they're not born perfect. They're not born perfect. Um, there's only one livestock guardian dog on the whole internet that I've seen that was born perfect, and I'm not going to name him. He's a very famous dog on the internet in the homesteading, farming channels. I don't have to name him. But anyway, hopefully this dog is going to be very similar to that. And I'll meet him, I'll greet him, and I'm really certain that Solomon will like him too, because Solomon is a very social dog. He's not an aggressive male, he doesn't have that kind of thing. And if it's a 6-month-old male, certainly it's going to, not be as try to be dominant to him. So it might just be a really good fit for the chicken area. And then, yeah, I don't know. Let's see what happens, right? And my luck, it's going to be one of the big fluffy white type of Great Pyrenees, which is fine. It'll have a groomer, right? All right, that's about it. I wanted to talk about a few other things, but I'm just so excited here to get some of this stuff for you guys to know what's going on here. Um, most of my seedlings were killed by my cat. I do have a few tomato plants that muddled through, and I'm going to try to save them, but very shortly I'll be going to our local family owned greenhouse, and I might take you along there. I need to get up there soon because I'm pretty sure that they're starting to clear out. I normally go very late because I have seedlings started, and then I just get my second set of plants. But this time I might just go ahead, buy them all, keep my seeds for an emergency. Something else, this is the time of year that if you do not grow groceries, if you have a full-time job, having a garden is sometimes just too much, and I get it. But the thing is if you go to the grocery store and you find fresh meat, produce of any kind, you can put that away. You can can it, you can freeze it. So you can prepare from the grocery store. Also, when the season is in for harvest, a lot of people have extra zucchinis, they have extra tomatoes, extra cabbages, whatever they have extra of that they try to get rid of, or go to farmers markets, things like that. you don't have to grow a garden to put food away. And I really want that to be very clear, because a lot of people say, well, you have to grow your own. No, you don't. You can harvest from the grocery store, and you can do it a little bit at a time, and it will still work out. I'm just saying. So with the blueberries this week, I could make blueberry preserves. I could make blueberry syrup. I've said that before. If I find cauliflower and some kind of other vegetable that goes together, I could pickle them. Yesterday, I grabbed up some pickling spice. And the thing is you can divide that big packet up and make very small batches. Say one weekend you found a bunch of those mini cucumbers, and you're like, well, I'd really like to make some pickles. Okay, then you make a jar full of them. Figure out the ratio of cutting it down to either a quart or a couple half pints, whatever, and make your stuff. Don't rely on one source. Always have backups. And if the grocery store is where you're going to get produce to start out with, because you don't know your garden's going to turn out, or you don't know if anyone's garden's going to turn out, or maybe there's an injury and you can't take care of your garden and whatnot, right? Whatnots. Use the grocery store. Use the reduced produce. Blah, blah, blah. Meat. When you get a good deal on chicken and you want to can some chicken, buy it from the grocery store. There's nothing wrong with that. Make some bone broth, can that. Um, you know, just saying, grocery stores can be a great source for you to learn how to can and put away food before your crops are even started. It's a backup, and it's a backup that's always going to be there. Bye, y'all. Hugs from a distance. Oh, I got chickens to go check on.